Well, Dorothy may not be in Kansas anymore, but 50,000 fans decided to stay for the beautiful fall weekend, ready to take in the clash for the Governor's Cup. This is an intense rivalry between two Big 12 adversaries, the Kansas Jayhawks and the hometown favorites, Kansas State Wildcats. The Kansas linebackers are breathing fire down the necks of opposing backfields. The Wildcats take pride, purple pride, in their ability to eat up the gridiron. Kansas versus Kansas State, a Big 12 Conference Showdown, next on FSN.
Welcome to KSU Stadium on the campus of Kansas State University in Manhattan, Kansas, as FSN proudly presents the Dr. Pepper Big 12 Game of the Week. Today it's the Kansas Jayhawks on the road against the Kansas State Wildcats.
But he got it turned around because this is just the opposite of what we were expecting.
And it is KU that is receiving, and Higgins was told, down it there. And came back, started the season opener, taken out at halftime against Florida Atlantic, and now his second start of this season. In trouble, getting a block, still in trouble, runs into his lineman and stopped at the 30-yard line.
Brings up a fourth down here. Looks like they're leaving the offense on the field.
Clark Green comes back in as the tailback. He'll set up in the shotgun right next to the quarterback, Adam Barman. 4th and 11 from the 29. Instead of the 46-yard field goal attempt, they go for the first down. Do not get it on the crossover completion and will be stopped at the 24-yard line. Marcus Watts made the tackle on the play.
I circled Jeremy Clary there, the only senior on that offensive line, and he's got to play a little bit better than he did last week against OU.
Webb scrambling, no go. Loss on the play, brought down near the 18-yard line. Third down and 15, and Brandon Perkins comes on. He has been a sack master for KU. Webb completes it. Clayton, 25, hit hard at the 30-yard line, short of the first down. And the ball was hiked right out of the end zone for a safety. And he's been very good-natured about taking all the abuse, and he appears ready today. This one is fumbled. Gordon couldn't handle it. 30-yard line loose. Wildcat football. Figures, I believe, came up with the fumble recovery. Yaman Figures.
The ball just comes right out of his shoulder pads. Now watch number 16 fall to the ground and watch him go towards the ball. Crawl, crawl, crawl. Hey, that's why you do those grass drills in spring training, Bill. You get on the ground so you go get those footballs. Big turnover here for K-State.
We're going to get more playing time with that kind of ability. Watch it.
Undersized, 6'1", 235. They've got a good knack of getting to the quarterback, and that's good pressure there as well.
Intercepted on a 3rd and 22 as Reed has got the football across to the 40-yard line of Kansas State. Nick Reed with the interception, his first of the year, and Webb is picked off. Kansas now, 3rd and 6 from the 36 of K-State. They show blitz, then they back off. Barman steps up. Looking deep. Incomplete, intended for Simmons.
But all right, you're going to have to throw the football. We'll see if we create some havoc with the run game. They have thus far here today. 3rd and 11. Everidge. And they will call it complete at the 41-yard line as Norwood makes the reception. KSU. Everidge. No chance to make the read. Then he tossed the football anyway. And on the turf, it is recovered by Kansas State. Now, I said he tossed it, or did he get it knocked away? Wildcats. 3 wide receivers to the near side. Everidge avoided the first rush, and then it caved in. Brandon Perkins, the sack master, coming through again. And averaging 40 yards a kick. He has had a couple blocks. This one is a low liner. Will take a bounce. Gordon fumbled the last one, picks this one up. 35, 40. Can he stay in bounds? 50. Cuts it back up. He's got speed. 30, and knocked out of bounds inside the 20-yard line by Jordy Nelson, who is a speedster in his own right for Kansas State. Yeah, lucky that Jordy Nelson is the guy back there. He's a 4'3", 40 guy, and history of this rivalry.
Texas and Oklahoma. You can feel the passion of this one, and you could even see it in the Kansas State Collegian.
That ends the quarter here on that huge defensive play by Garvin of Kansas State. And no score between Mark Mangino's Kansas Jayhawks and the Kansas State Wildcats on our Dr. Pepper Big 12 Game of the Week. Webb is the Kansas kicker. He is best as 47 this year. He's 6 of 6 in field goal attempts. 3rd and 21 at the 27 of K-State. Garvin, little shovel pass. Green got nothing. 46-yarder. Scott Webb, a sophomore from Tulsa, out of Union High School there in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It is blocked. And K-State will get away from it. Well, mistakes have been the name of the game. And the Wildcats, Derek Marceau with the blocked field goal attempt. The senior out of Spring Valley, California. Kansas State 2nd and 9, ball on their own 30. 13-15 to play, scoreless first half. Fakes to Clayton, Everidge keeps. Shows some pretty good wheels. Near and did get the first down to the 40-yard line as Nick Reed made the tackle. It is 1st and 10, Kansas State from their own 40-yard line. Clayton bumped into his offensive lineman and got knocked down at the 35-yard line. And against the run, they have just been suffocating. 2nd in the league, 72 yards per game. Morera on the completion. He's got a first down, and he's into Kansas territory across the 50 down to the 48-yard line. 2nd and 9. They gave Clayton 1 on that first carry. Morera leaps high, got by a man. 35 lost the football, but K-State will maintain possession, and it's another first down for the Wildcats. 1st and 10 at the 35 of the Jayhawks. Everidge fakes to Clayton, in trouble, escapes Reed, but not the second. Yeah! Now he's back on the 50. Ouch! Brought down at the 47-yard line.
Here for KU, but I don't know if that's been the most effective thing or not, or they've just been miscued.
Luke finds a man wide open. The 40-yard line, Simmons, 30. And then knocked out of bounds by Garvin, but not until he was able to ramble down inside the 20-yard line. Check out our gang in L.A. coming up. 3rd and 3 here for Kansas. Luke in trouble. Gets out of the pocket, and it is broken up at the 5-yard line. Nice job defensively by Marcus Watts, the sophomore from Hays, Kansas. 28-yard field goal attempt. And this one is good. Look at Kemp, junior out of Wichita, Southeast High School. Here's Everidge on 1st and 10. Incomplete. Looking for Morera. Flag is thrown. Everidge is down at the 35.
Nick Reed, contact there in the backfield on the quarterback. After he throws the football, that's the penalty. And now on Everidge, he is down on the turf. He's roughing the passer against the defense. Take a look at the outside here. Here's the ball is thrown. He leads with his head right on his chest and his chin, and that's not a smart play by a senior linebacker. You got to pull up in that situation. Hurt your football team, and really not something good you want to do in a football game like this.
No, you expect better.
15 yards, and it's the first down.
Reed, a senior, first team all-conference pick last year, leading the Big 12 in tackles, and big hitter. That was uncalled for. Everidge, and he bounces back up. Trail here, 3-0. 1st and 10 at the 45 of Kansas after the penalty, though. Webb is back in, and Webb keeps the football, picks up some yardage down to the 37-yard line.
What you need to think here is you got 2 downs to get the first down.
Right.
It's 30. You're going to go for this on 4th down. You've got to get some momentum in this football game.
Clock becoming a factor now, too. Well, that's not what he wanted. KU all over it. And coming through was Rodney Allen, big number 92, the junior from Miami, Florida.
Right now, you're going to see Kansas going to take a knee here and go in at halftime. And it's going to be an interesting half when we come out, because both teams are going to have to find something offensively that they can build around, and really hasn't been anything going for either team all day.
But your defense played in the first half.
Well, I think for the most part, we had 3 personal fouls on our defense, and that cost us a great deal of field position. We gave up a couple of plays, 1 passing play, 1 run, and 1 little bootleg with the quarterback. Outside of that, we played very well on defense.
How do you get the offense on track?
Well, we just have to, again, not get penalized, not take those lost yardage plays. We've got to run a little harder, and we got to block better.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. That's Bill Snyder, his team, trying to do all those things in the second half.
And let's take a look at those K-State first half possessions, Gary. Not very impressive at all.
Not very impressive for a team averaging 32 points a ball game coming into this contest. And
sellout house here at KSU. Most coaches will tell you it's up to our players and our team. We've got to get our crowd going. Everidge unloads again at no time, as Figures was the intended receiver, and Kansas just as dominant to start the second half defensively. Gordon is the deep man at the 21 of KU. He gets off a boomer. At the 10, I don't know if Gordon saw it. He picks it up 1 yard deep. 5, 10, flag is thrown. 30, 40. Gordon trying to get a blocker out in front. Play whistle, though, that he stepped out of bounds at the 39.
An illegal block in the back on number 40 of the return team.
I see 6 quarterbacks in this game because there's a lot of indecision in regard to what's going on with these quarterbacks.
Here is Luke. He did not start the game. Starts the second half. The ball is fumbled and picked up by Kansas State. Cornish coming out with it and recovering the football, Brandon Archer.
I think it's K-State, the ball bouncing around there. Cornish never got a handle on it. I think Brandon Archer was the one who came in on top. Number 46 for the K-State defense. This is a big play. This is what they need. A little momentum here. Little option play, and he pitches it to him well, but he never really gets a handle on it. Bounces off the turf a couple of times and never got a handle. Watch 46 come in there, Brandon Archer, and make that play for the Wildcats.
Let's see here. Point is, K-State, great opportunity. Clayton wrapped up near the 20, down to the 18-yard line. 2nd and 14, and again, nothing doing. But that's the 3rd time a team's been held under 100 yards this year. And again, Morera gets nothing on this play as Reed is there. And on a 3rd and 15, K-State fans starting to boo a little bit. A chance to tie it up here. And he does. So, we're even at 3. Snodgrass and Webb, the 2 kickers, have put the points on the board. 3-3, KU, K-State.
Crowd gets into it.
Keeper by the quarterback, Luke. It will be very close.
The ball carries number 14, Brian Luke.
K-State says we've held him.
That's all with the spot, and wherever they put that football down, and they're spotted short of the 35-yard line.
Mark Mangino not happy at all with the spot.
Let's take a look here. Let's take a look at Luke's progress, and looks like his probably a pretty good spot.
National Scholar Athlete candidate. He's trying to help his teammate, quarterback Alan Webb, who just came back in the game for the injured Everidge.
And it was 3rd down and about 3, and he didn't get anything close to that.
Sets up 3rd and 12, the ball at the 18. Ryan Luke had a 50-yard pass earlier. Got time, incomplete. Flags thrown again.
I know Bill Snyder is about to pull his hair out over there because of the penalties, the miscues, and really just an inefficient offense the last 2 weeks.
And these 2 defenses, 2 of the top 40 total defense in the nation. Nelson gets in to move the chains here as Banks Bloodman makes the tackle for Kansas. It had the only intercepted pass as the Reed picked off a K-State pass earlier today. And now Everidge on the keeper, and he runs out of bounds at the 49-yard line. They reset. Play clock at 6, and Everidge on the gun. Looking for Morera. Got Morera. Super reception. Put it right in there, and he steps out of bounds at the 23-yard line.
Well, this is something good for a redshirt freshman quarterback. It looks pretty bad.
As a result, loss of 1, 2nd and 11. 26. Everidge keeps himself. Tries to shed a tackler. Does. Flags everywhere. It'll be a face mask, I believe. He's brought down at the 18-yard line.
So K-State with a first down inside the 10-yard line. First and goal.
35 seconds to go in the quarter. They're marking at the 9-yard line for the Wildcats, trying to take the lead for the first time today. Clayton breaks it inside the 5, down to the 3. Stopped by Rodney Fowler. Now the crowd's starting to get into it a little bit. Second and goal from the 3. That ends the third quarter. They'll go to the other end. Game even, but the Wildcats trying to take the lead. We're tied at 3 after 3 here in Manhattan. Now it's Victor Mann in the fullback spot. Nelson dives, scores, touchdown, Kansas State, they lead.
The pass was complete from Allen Everidge, number 27.
And Nelson, for the 5th game in a row, has scored a receiving touchdown.
Yeah, that's an impressive mark there. First time ever a Kansas receiver has ever done that. 5th touchdown reception this season. This is not an easy catch either, Bell, because the ball is thrown high and outside, and Jordy Nelson reaches out for it and goes, but he's one of the best athletes on the team. And then stretches out the final 2 or 3 yards for the score.
Sets up a 3rd and 6 for Kansas on its own 31-yard line. Luke. Incomplete, bouncing around. Deflected and drops to the turf near the 43-yard line.
Yeah, trying to hit the quick slant pass for the first down. Good coverage. It's manned up on the outside. They've got press coverage, and this is a tough ball for a quarterback to throw in there.
I believe it was on his last one, so we'll see what he comes up with here.
And now Moreras shading the sun, trying to keep it out of his eyes. Couldn't see the ball.
Never saw it.
See it.
KU trying to run it down, and they will as they down it inside the 5. 3rd and 8. Key one for Kansas State. 12:37 to go in the ballgame. Everidge. Short drop. Lupin. And it is incomplete. Nearly picked off. 4th down and 8. Kansas. Not much pressure. Nice kick by Rayer at midfield. Gordon. Oh, mama! Hit immediately after he received the football. Yaman Figures. The 3rd quarterback for the Jayhawks. Herford throws it here. Gordon right back to Herford at the 40, at the 30. Breaks the tackle inside the 20-yard line. And KU coming up a little razzle-dazzle. We have 10:06 to go in the 4th quarter. And Kansas is trailing by 7. Murph Jr. in motion. Cuts across the middle. The quarterback Bartlett fumbles the football. Wildcats recover at the 14. It is Garvin coming up with a fumble recovery. Or Moran, I beg your pardon. Alfonso Moran with the recovery.
I think Moran actually causes the fumble and gets on it as well. I think he's the one who's right at the line of scrimmage, who gets Adam Barman, who's coming through the line here. And this is a pretty good job here coming up and recognizing it. This is our Whataburger What a play. Oh, we got a cause fumble on the outside, and then Alfonso gets on it.
24 yards rushing, 116 passing, and it's been but through the air that they scored the touchdown. They throw here, and the Figures got away from a man, 35, and he is brought down at the 38-yard line. Sends in Mike Rivera in the linebacker spot. It'll be 3rd and 1 for K-State at the 41. Oh, big hit by the Jayhawks. That was Banks Floodman, the senior out of Wichita. It is now 4th and 2. The ball at the 42, and Rayer stands on his own 44. Much pressure this time. High kick. Trying to put it inside the 20. And Gordon was signaling fair catch. It is down inside the 1-yard line. Oh, my goodness. Kansas will have to go 99 plus if they're going to tie this one up. Timeout here. Our Dr. Pepper game. Here's the fair catch by Gordon that he lets go.
Yeah, he gets blocked into him, so he's off his tracks there, and then the ball goes down the field. And watch this play here by number 80. That's Brett Alstead. He gets the ball, pulls it back before it goes into the end zone. In college football, it's the position of the ball. It has nothing to do with the player, so it's a great job by Alstead. Sets up a huge situation here for the K-State defense.
KU operating out of its own end zone, and Luke just pushes forward. 3rd and 9, all on the 2. Luke in trouble. He's down. That's a safety. Kansas State has tacked on 2 more. Tierras George made the play.
Well, it all set up by the punt team. When the punt team recovered the football or stopped the progress of the football inside the 1-yard line, it allowed the Kansas State defense to go ahead and tee off here. First down, Kansas was not able to get a lot of yardage. Second down, throw it out of bounds. And now you put your pass rush up there. You got Tierras George on the top left side of the screen. He just gets enough of the quarterback, knocks him off balance, and he throws the ball out of the back of the end zone, and that's a safety.
They're all applauding to George, and now Kansas will have to kick it off or punt from its own 20 to Kansas State with 3:39 remaining in the football game. And the Wildcats feeling pretty good about themselves right now.
Well, it was an ugly first half. I'll tell you that, Bill. Kansas State was not operating very efficiently at all in the first half. In the third quarter, really wasn't great either, but they picked it up here in the fourth quarter, both defensively, offensively. You put together a 75-yard drive. You get ahead in this football game, and believe it or not, those 2 extra points on a safety are huge now because Kansas has to go out and not only get a touchdown, but they've got to get a second score with just under 3 minutes and 39 seconds to go in this ball game. That's not going to be an easy feat for Kansas.
And assuming they hold them here, you're going to lose another good gap of time. Watch out, though, Everidge. He is stopped at the 33-yard line, and now they'll call a timeout. 3rd and 4 at the 47. Luke got hit as he threw it. He completes it at the 26-yard line. 4th and 1. The ball on the 15. 45 seconds to go. K-State leading it by 9. Kansas with the ball with Luke. Hands it off to the fullback. I don't think he got it.
Not even close.
Nick Anderson was stuffed, and Kansas State takes over on down.
How big was number 92, Tierras George, on that drive for Kansas State? What he's done a great job. Got the sack, and the Kansas State defense, hey, there are 2 retired defensive players of the game, and Tierras George, one of the big reasons for that, and especially on that last play.
Kansas State.
The Wildcats come up big when they need it. It wasn't pretty, but only a couple of monumental mistakes will keep them from locking this one up in the win column. And they have a little celebration on their sideline after a hard-fought game. And that Governor's Cup coming back to Manhattan. Bill Snyder said he didn't like walking down his hallway and seeing an empty spot in that trophy case that had been filled by the Governor's Cup for 11 years in a row.
Well, the old bragging rights are going to shift across the state again.
Quarterback Everidge takes the knee, and Kansas out of timeouts, and Kansas State putting the wraps on a 12-3 game. It is a beautiful sight to Bill Snyder and his Wildcats.
Now, I don't think they're even going to snap the ball here. It looks like the play clock and the game clock are in sync to where Kansas State's not going to have to snap this football. And Bill, I didn't think there's any way starting this ball game with all the mistakes that they had that they were going to come on and win this thing. But somehow, some way, after halftime, Kansas State outplayed the Jayhawks.
It was a defensive battle, to say the least, and the Jayhawks fall to the Wildcats here today. For Gary Reasons, John Raddick, and our entire crew, this is Bill Lance saying so long from the Little Apple of Manhattan, Kansas. Stay tuned. The guys in the studio are standing by to get you set for the USC game.